bet you that was a bear den. I can guarantee you that. And I want 0 parts of it. Look at this. Look what I found. Little wild raspberry patch. Check them little babies out. Better than any store-bought raspberry you can ever find. So I just got done hiking the Bridge to Heaven, also called Cascade Mountain. Met some pretty awesome people up there, as my pup is pretty winded and I'm pretty winded. It was a great experience. But I was just thinking today as I was hiking up, I was thinking to myself, you know, it's incredible how so oftentimes in education and in life and in society, we tell little kids that, you know, to use your imagination and dream and what do you want to be when you grow up? And so many kids are like, man, I want to be an astronaut. I want to create this. I want to do this. And then, you know, as you get older and as life starts to become more serious, you know, a lot of that imagination goes away. And I think, you know, we're guilty of that in education and in society. You know, we start teaching kids to, you know, teach them how to be good employees, teach them how to be, you know, get a job or make money and this and that. And I feel like we stop encouraging kids to keep dreaming. And I think a lot of those, you know, I think myself, you know, I remember when I was a kid, I wanted to be a paleontologist. I was 4 years old. I loved dinosaurs. And, you know, somebody very important in my life, when I told them that, they said, you don't want to do that. You don't make any money. And you'll be traveling all the time. You'll never be home. And I remember sitting there crying and thinking like, man, all I want to do is just be a paleontologist and find dinosaurs and learn about dinosaurs. And then, you know, that dream and that imagination started going away. And as I got into high school, I started realizing like all I want to do is just get a job, go to college, make money, buy a house, buy a car, buy things, do this, do that, get married, have kids, have the American dream, white picket fence. And, you know, as I started doing that, as I started, you know, crossing those things off my checklist, I'm like, this sucks. This is not what I imagined. This does not bring me fulfillment and joy in my life. And it was kind of superficial joy. And then I started thinking like, man, I need to start dreaming again. I need to start, you know, creating again, using my imagination again. And once I started doing that, you know, and that's going to be different for everybody. You know, for me, it was like, oh, I'm going to travel more. I'm going to, you know, I started becoming super entrepreneurial, and I have a real estate investment company. I have a business at home, and you know, I started other little businesses and side hustles and all this sort of stuff. And now I feel like a little kid again. I feel like my mind just keeps, you know, wanting to create and wanting to imagine. But still, even as a man, society and a lot of times people that you love and care about the most, and it's because they love and care about you and they're scared for you, they kind of take away your dreams sometimes. They say to you, you don't want to do that. Like, well, what if this? What if that? What if, you know, what if you quit your job and you pursue this other business idea and you're going to lose your pension and benefits and all this sort of stuff? And I'm like, so what, man? So what? It's just a pension. It's just, you know, it's just numbers on a piece of paper. You know, I have a whole life to live. I have goals and dreams and ambitions, and I want to live that. And even yet as an adult, I still have people that try to pull me down, whether that's society, whether that's my friends, whether that's family, whether that's my job, school, so to speak. But my message to you, especially if you're in middle school or high school or college, or you're even an adult, right? And you still have these other dreams that you want to pursue, man, go do it. Go pursue these dreams that you have, because we're not living forever. You know, so many times we think like, oh, I'll just wait till, you know, I retire, or I'll wait till I get a little older, or I'll wait till I have a little money. You're gonna be waiting for the rest of your life. There's never a perfect time. So if you have dreams, if you have goals and desires, man, keep fighting for it, keep working for it. I want to be the one to encourage you, because, you know, I have a lot of people in my life that encourage me, but a lot of people in my life don't understand me and don't understand, you know, what I want to do, you know, and because they only think a certain way. But the reality is you can do one thing 100 different ways, or you could do 100 different things 1,000 different ways. You know, there's not just one concrete way to do something. So if you have a goal, a dream, a passion, go pursue it. Don't let, you know, don't let people, don't let society, don't let school push you in a box and try to make you conform to this certain rigid mentality. Think outside the box a little bit and go pursue your dreams and goals and passions. Thank you so much. I love yous. Have a great day. Talk to you soon. Peace.